Everybody is telling you to start a side hustle. Sell things online, drive for apps, do freelance work, create content. And I am not here to tell you not to. I am here to tell you that most people who pursue side hustles evaluate them completely wrong and end up working a second job that pays less per hour than their first one. Here is the problem with side hustle culture online. The people telling you to start a dropshipping store made money dropshipping before the market got crowded. The people selling you a course on Etsy made money on Etsy before thousands of other people took the same course and flooded the same market. The most visible side hustle advice comes from people who either got lucky with timing or are now making money teaching you how to replicate something that no longer works as advertised. That does not mean extra income is a bad idea. It means evaluating the right opportunity with the right framework is everything. My name is Rich, future you. Let us build that framework. The single biggest mistake people make when evaluating a side hustle is looking at revenue instead of real hourly rate. These are not the same thing. They are often not even close. Here is an example. Someone on social media shows you they made $3,000 last month selling handmade candles on Etsy. That sounds impressive, but here is what they did not show you. 40 hours making the candles, 10 hours photographing and listing products, 8 hours packaging and shipping orders, 6 hours responding to customer messages and handling returns, 4 hours on marketing and social media. Total, 68 hours of work for $3,000 gross revenue. Now, subtract the cost of materials, Etsy fees, shipping supplies, packaging, and payment processing. Let us say $900 in costs. Net profit, $2,100. Divided by 68 hours, $30.88 per hour. That is not bad, but it is also not passive, not scalable without proportionally more time, and probably not what the highlight reel suggested. The real hourly rate is the only number that matters when evaluating a side hustle. Not the revenue, not the profit. The profit divided by every hour of time invested. Before we get to which hustles actually pay, let me show you all the hidden time costs most people forget to count, because every one of these hours reduces your real hourly rate. Setup time, creating accounts, building a website, setting up payment processing, designing a logo, photographing products, writing listings. This can easily run 20 to 50 hours before you make a single dollar. Most people never count these hours against their early earnings. Learning time. Every new hustle has a learning curve. Watching tutorials, reading forums, trial and error, making mistakes and fixing them. Budget 10 to 30 hours of learning time for any new hustle and include it in your hourly rate calculation. Admin time, taxes, bookkeeping, platform fees management, customer service, refunds, disputes. Self-employment adds administrative burden that a regular job handles for you. This is typically 3 to 5 hours per month per active hustle. Mental overhead. The cognitive load of managing a business, even a small one, is real. Worrying about orders, wondering if a listing will sell, planning inventory. This does not show up in a time tracker, but it is a real cost of the hustle. Count all of these when you calculate your real hourly rate. The number will be lower than you expect. And that number is the honest answer to the question, is this worth my time? Not all side hustles are created equal. Here are the 4 categories of side income ranked by real return on time invested. Category 4, the lowest return, gig economy platforms. DoorDash, Uber, Instacart, TaskRabbit. These feel accessible because you start earning immediately with no setup. But the real hourly rate, after accounting for vehicle wear and tear, fuel, insurance implications, and platform fees, is typically $10 to $18 per hour. In most markets, that is less than a part-time job, with no commute. The accessibility is the trap. Easy to start means the market is flooded, and the platform captures most of the margin. Category 3, moderate return, product-based businesses. Etsy shops, Amazon FBA, dropshipping, reselling. Real hourly rates vary wildly, but typically land between $15 and $35 per hour once all time costs are counted. The ceiling can be higher with a winning product, but the variance is enormous, and most people who start these do not find that winning product. Category 2, strong return, service-based freelancing. Writing, graphic design, web development, bookkeeping, social media management, video editing, virtual assistants. Real hourly rates typically range from $30 to $75 per hour, depending on skill level and market positioning. Lower barrier than you think if you already have a marketable skill from your day job. Category 1, highest return, skill-based consulting or coaching. Using deep expertise to solve specific, high-value problems for businesses or individuals. Real hourly rates of $75 to $300 or more. Slower to start, requires credibility building and client acquisition, but once established, produces the highest income per hour with the lowest ongoing time investment of any category. The pattern is clear. The further you are from trading your own time for a platform's margin, and the more you leverage a specific skill or expertise, the higher your real hourly rate.
Here is the framework I want you to use before committing to any side hustle. I call it the Side Hustle Scorecard. Score each opportunity from 1 to 5 on 6 dimensions. Add up the scores. Anything above 24 is worth pursuing. Below 18 is a pass. Dimension 1, real hourly rate potential. What is a realistic hourly rate for this hustle once all time costs are counted? Under $15 scores a 1. Above $50 scores a 5. Dimension 2, skill leverage. Does this hustle use skills you already have from your job or life? Starting from 0 scores a 1. Using existing expertise scores a 5. Dimension 3, scalability. Can this hustle grow without proportionally more of your time? Pure time for money scores a 1. Can be productized or automated scores a 5. Dimension 4, startup cost and risk. How much money do you need to invest before earning? Over $500 to start scores a 1. 0 startup cost scores a 5. Dimension 5, market saturation. How competitive is this market right now? Completely saturated scores a 1. Underserved niche scores a 5. Dimension 6, enjoyment and sustainability. Will you still want to do this in 6 months? Dreading it already scores a 1. Genuinely interested scores a 5. This matters more than people admit. The best hustle you quit in month 3 is worse than a decent hustle you run for 3 years.
Let me spend a moment on skill-based freelancing because it is consistently the highest return starting point for most people and the most underestimated category. Most people in full-time employment already have at least one marketable skill they are not monetizing outside their job. If you work in marketing, you can do freelance copywriting or social media management. If you work in finance, bookkeeping or tax preparation. If you work in tech, web development or automation consulting. If you work in design, graphic design or UI work. If you are a teacher, tutoring or curriculum development. The first client is always the hardest. After that, referrals compound. A single freelance client at $50 an hour for 10 hours a month is $500 of additional monthly income with no platform fees, no inventory, no vehicle wear and tear, and a skill you are already being paid for at your day job. Where to start? Upwork and Fiverr for first clients. LinkedIn for professional services. Direct outreach to small businesses in your local area for services they clearly need but may not have staff for.
The biggest mistake after finding a side hustle that works is scaling it the wrong way. More clients, more hours, more revenue, until it becomes a second job with more stress and less job security than your actual job. The right way to scale a service-based hustle is to raise your rates before adding clients. Going from $30 an hour to $50 an hour is a 67% income increase with 0 additional hours. Most freelancers undercharge for years because they fear losing clients. In practice, raising rates rarely loses you the best clients and often filters out the worst ones. The right way to scale a product-based hustle is to productize before hiring. Can the product be made in batches? Can part of the process be outsourced or templated? Can you create a digital version that has zero per unit cost? Each of these questions points towards scalable income rather than scaled labor. The goal of a side hustle is to add income without proportionally adding hours. If your income doubles and your hours also double, you have not scaled. You have just gotten a second job.
2 clear signals that it is time to quit a side hustle. 1. After 3 to 6 months, your real hourly rate is still below what you could earn working overtime or picking up shifts at your current job. The opportunity cost of your time is negative. 2. You are consistently dreading the work. Sustainable income requires some level of genuine interest. A hustle you resent will plateau or get abandoned, usually right before it would have started paying well. 2 clear signals to double down. 1, your real hourly rate is climbing month over month, even slowly. This signals product market fit and a learnable skill curve. 2, clients or customers are coming to you without active marketing effort. Inbound demand is the single best signal that you have found something worth scaling.
The side hustle that pays is not the one that sounds most exciting or the one with the most YouTube videos about it. It is the one that produces the highest real hourly rate for your specific skill set, in your specific market, in a category that you can sustain for long enough to actually build something. Run every opportunity through the scorecard before you commit time to it. Calculate the real hourly rate before you celebrate the revenue. And focus your energy on skill leverage, because that is where the math consistently works in your favor. The Side Hustle Scorecard worksheet in the description lets you score any opportunity across all 6 dimensions and get a clear pursue or pass verdict in under 10 minutes. Link below. Subscribe for a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. Rich Future You. Extra income built properly.